Afternoon, Professor and friends. Today we will be presenting about Grab, the process of building a leading O2O technology company in Southeast Asia, online to offline. And I'm Dara, and this is my teammate Hafid, Irene, and also Irfan. Next, please. So Grab, it was founded by the two co-founders, Anthony Tan and also Tan Hoi Ling. They are both Malaysians, and they both met in Harvard Business School. And Tan Hoi Ling, she was a worker in McKinsey, and she was sponsored by the company to do the masters in the Harvard. And for Anthony, he was a grandson of a large Malaysian car conglomerate, so kind of to begin with already a rich person. And they decided to make a business plan about a car hailing ride service. And that's why they started this My Taxi in 2012. And they decided to change the name to and My Taxi also started in Malaysia, so they go back to Malaysia to start this business. And on 2013, they decided to expand to Singapore, Thailand, and also Philippines, and that's why they changed the name to Grab Taxi. And on 2015, they relocated the headquarters from Malaysia to Singapore to support the exponential scaling across 8 countries, and also more than 190 cities. And there, and here they decided to rebrand again as a Grab, as the name of Grab since 2016, because from a pure ride-hailing service, they decided to expand a bit to a multi-service ecosystem. And also, in 2018, they did an Uber acquisition in the Southeast Asia because Uber started to expand to the Asian market, and they decided to do some acquisition of it. And their core philosophy is divided into 3, which is the safety first, social impact, and also agility, where the safety first, as the primary goal for the co-founder, the Tan Hoi Ling, to make transportation safer passengers, because it actually started off from her personal experience as a worker, that she thought that she did work until late midnight, and she feel like having a taxi from the offline taxis is really dangerous for the workers, and also especially for the girls. That's why she kind of had this idea. And also for the social impact, they believe that business could and should do social good in a sustainable way. And the agility is they're trying to maintain the strategic pivots are common to stay ahead of their competition. Next, please. Okay, and this is like the service that they offer, the product and service that they offer, comparing to the old taxi booking, starting off from the booking time, where at least it should be like 30 minutes before for an old taxi, because like the process is the customer had to call the center of the taxi company, where it will connect to the operator to answer, and then the operator will write a customer destination on a paper and to slip it under a glass separator to dispatcher, and the dispatcher will radio out to the drivers in the city. And sometimes it doesn't guarantee like the driver wants to take the order or not, but after Grab, they already reduce into approximately 3 minutes, because they don't have to require all this operator and all the dispatcher and all. It's just connecting from the driver directly to the customers. So it's only take 3 minutes, and based on my knowledge and experience too, the driver cannot like cancel the orders or reluctant to take the orders, because it will reduce their service rating, and it will make them not to get orders easily from the Grab server itself. And also the workflow, It used to be manual and paper-based, but now it's already digital and automated just from our phone, from the driver's phone, and also from the customer's phone. And also the communication, passengers call back repeatedly, but here now with the Grab, they have the SMS notification and can directly just ask where the driver is and also just communicate more directly rather from the old taxi booking. And also the driver's location, before they had to have dispatchers to radio out the destinations to the drivers, and the customers might not know where the driver is, but now we can actually have the GPS tracking via only the mobile phones, knowing like where the driver started off when we book the order, and we can see how he's moving to our location. Thank you. Next. And also, when they started launching, and before the launching, they had some problems that even made them to pivot their business. So the first one is the supply and demand dilemma, because they started off with the B2B tech provider. They want to partner with the established taxi radio companies by charging like a monthly subscription fee. But during that time, only one company is interested because of the system is kind of too expensive compared to the income that they got. And that's why they recognize that they're getting nowhere with this, and they prepared to move away from the B2B model and started to making a B2C one. And the second one is they also had an outsourcing failure where they outsourced team from India, but it was plagued by bugs and inaccurate GPS tracking. Therefore, they hired an in-house tech strategy by hiring a dedicated team to identify the pain points and iterate on the product locally. And also, they had, before they launched, they had a competitor suddenly to launch the similar product, and it also have gained like massive media attention to threatening them to capture like the consumer mindshare before it even launched. So they speed up their B2C application. They built the beta version for the iOS and Android from 2-3 weeks. And after that, on June 5, 2012, they achieved like the 11,000 download within the first 48 hours, but they only had 150 drivers. That's another problem that will be explained by my team.
Thank you, Dara. So first we're going to talk about the app development, because if you know that the application made in iOS or Android cannot be done under like a month, and they do it in 2 or 3 weeks. It's so fast that they decided to narrow it into just 3 simple screens. First of all, the pickup method. They just focus on, okay, where's the customer going to be picked up, where's the customer going to be dropped off, and then the details of the drivers, the estimated price, and then also the distance before the driver and the customer. Because a founding member named Aaron Gill, one of the founding members, the head of business solutions, said that it's okay to open an unpolished product if you're not a big company. While you're still struggling startup, you can just publish anything and you do a slight improvement all the time, following the feedback from the customer. And then with the interactive design of that, he decided to make a lot of feedbacks, and then in October, he promised that the Grab app will be amazed by all customers in KL. So he decided to upgrade where it's integrated with the live tracking, which is it's necessary to know where the driver is gonna reach you in approximate time, and then where you're going to drop off. And then the second is the most important in Malaysia, is the safety sharing. You can share your ride in Malaysia with this application, because at that time, Malaysia is quote unquote the world's worst taxi in the whole world. So with this safety sharing, it's give a customer more secure, more satisfaction about the service. And also the virtual world, where I will explain why is it one of the most important thing. The problem is, why is the wallet important? Because like Dara said before, it's went from business to business, a company where it's selling service to the taxi company, where you can just charge for each driver per month 120 ringgit Malaysia, which is around that time is around time 4, so for around how much is it? Like 30. No, like $30 at 2018. But the Grab only able to pay the driver around $5. So it's a big difference, and they decide to, what if the customer put the money in a wallet, and then the driver just take after they done their job, and Grab take the commission, so directly pay to pay, no middleman, no administration, no paper stuff. So that's what they did. It introduced in October 2012. Everything seems fine until early 2013, where it's limits to the driver. Like Dara said in KL, there's not a lot of drivers are willing to go to the Grab. And then in the early 2013, a big change happened, which is continue, where a giants entered the arena. So there's a rumor from a venture capital from German, the Rocket Internet names, that it has rumor to going to start a same like Grab or Easy Taxi or Taxi Monger. So they have a lot more money, more capital, and it's famous for the Zalora and many big brands with this aggressive strategy and then super massive budget allocation we cannot imagine. But in Grab's side, even though it's growing, but it's steadily and slowly, and because of the rumor, the response from the Grab is that the CEO, Anthony Tan, decided to quit the job in his conglomerate business company, which is the company is Tan Chong Motors. It's very famous in Malaysia. It's bringing the Nissan brand Datsun from Japan to Malaysia. He decided to go to get out the job, fulfill and pivot all full time to the Grab. And what he do, he aggressively fundraising and also trying to get acquisition of the driver, because the driver at the time is so small, so little. If he wants to outpace the big player, he needs to step up his game. So even though the Grab is bootstrapped, another fun fact that the Grab got his budgeting or early capital back in 2011 from his Harvard Business School, because both the founder make a business plan about the Grab in the Harvard event and win and get the $2,500 so they can decide to make this Grab possible in Malaysia. And then from the government side of Malaysia, because the Anthony Tan decided to step full in the Grab company, he got the Grab got pre-seed and seed money for the first is for prototyping around $3,700 and then around $123,000 for marketing. And what he decided to do is use the physical marketing with the stickers on the side of the cars, if you know, so or the sides of the motorcycles. We have their own slogan. It's safe, like around safety, precision, and certainty. Like I like it fast, I like it safe, I like it now. And then he also built the acquisition where he made a whole team to go to the patrol station to acquire the driver much faster. And I forgot the digital ads also. When at 2013 is starting the Facebook digital marketing, right? So he decided to try and leverage the new technology, the new internet, to his company. And what the benefit of it is that he can acquire like 1,000 drivers per month. That's only in KL, which is like it's 10 times than the usual. So it's like the usual is maybe like 100. Now it's so fast rapidly because he can allocate the money directly to the acquisition and the marketing. So now connect next to
Oh, right. So as you can see, based on based on what my friend has presented, so this is what happened to Grab as they grow. So in 2013, the Grab versus Uber thingy, there's the Grab versus Uber issue where Uber came to Malaysia as well as to the South Asian market, and then yeah, so they entered the Uber entered the Southeast Asian market with the Uber X, which is it's like Grab right now, but it's a personal what is it? Personal. It's a personal vehicle, personal service taxi with personal vehicles. So that's Uber X. So yeah, when Uber gets in 2013, there is a great competitor between Grab and Uber, and then in 2013 too, they moved and expand from Thailand to Thailand and Philippines to solve the traffic problem, and they also expand to Singapore to solve the supply problems because Singapore is well known for their lack of supply in taxi. And then in 2014, they made GrabCar, separating itself from the Grab taxi, which is okay. I have a question for you guys. Is this vertical innovation or horizontal innovation? You guys are not seeing it yet. Okay, so GrabCar, all right. So supporting itself, so Grab make another product, which is GrabCar to compete with Uber X. So they separate themselves from Grab Taxi and create a product line to compare with Uber X. So is it a vertical innovation or horizontal innovation? I'm asking you too, Professor. Vertical. Interestingly, it turns into horizontal within the next years. So in 2015, as my friend said, they got investment from the government in 2015.
Government invest this company?
Yes, ma'am.
the Malaysian government.
Yeah, the Malaysian government.
Is it a government fund
Yeah, Grab
Yes.
program.
or is it program?
Yeah, it's a program
Yeah.
from the
So the government,
In exchange of equity? Or just support, the rest support?
I think just direct support. It doesn't explain the equity.
Yeah.
Because in Singapore they have civilian fund,
yes.
so
So at first they were funded by the Malaysian government, and then in 2015 they moved to Singapore, and then they met an investor from
I
Singapore.
remember that Singapore's government civilian fund invest
Yeah.
this company.
Yes. So yeah, not only the government of Malaysia, but also the government of Singapore who invest in Grab. And the reason why they want that is to solve the lack of supply in taxi. Okay. So does India have Grab as well?
No.
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 But you got a lot of those things too, right? Yeah. Okay. And then they also invest in R&D in Singapore, and then they open six center hiring places. No. Basically, they made an office to hire a lot of people from all around the world. So it includes a place in Seattle, Beijing, to hire global talent from firms like Facebook to Amazon, to Amazon, to make their company better. And then in 2015, there's the culture system, which is maintaining quality by reviews from customers. So you guys all know, right? So if after you order something from Grab, you can give like this 5 stars, 4 stars if the service is bad or something. Yeah, so this is in 2015 to maintain the quality within drivers and to maintain quality within the customers as well. And then in 2016 they rebrand from from Grab Taxi to Grab, so that they can innovate horizontally. So Grab have Grab Taxi, Grab Car, Grab Bike, Grab Food, Grab Express, so all of that. From at first they were vertical innovation to horizontal innovation. And then in 2018, okay, can you go next? Okay, next. All right, so this is the proof that if we cannot compete, we collaborate. But in this case, they buy. So in Uber in the end of 2018, they choose to buy Uber to minimize the competition around the market after they release a robust product to satisfy customer needs. So they satisfy the current customers first, and then in 2018, they buy their competition basically. Yeah, okay, that's it. Thank you.
How about the Uber of the Germany company, Rocket?
Rocket.
Never,
No, I don't. So
never.
they made the Easy Taxi until now.
Oh,
But-
still.
Yeah, they're still, but the Grab is like still one of the best in the Malaysian.
Oh,
They just made it, but
They are just there, but they're not contributing as big as
still the market share is not that
So
big.
Yeah.
what's the main product? What's the response?
Same.
It's the same.
Yes,
So,
the same.
the taxi part only, right?
Yeah, just the taxi.
Or the whole
So far as I
Already-
know, it's just taxi and renting like a shuttle bus, something like
shuttle
that.
bus?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay, the next one we're going to discuss about the Grab's organizational development journey. So the first thing that happened is strategic leadership hire, where in 2015, Grab hired Shin Yin Ong as the head of people, and this has become the turning point of Grab from the startup mindset to the more structured organization. After hiring on, Grab has rapid workforce expansion because from 2015 until to early 2018, Grab has hired over 4,000 employees. And during those times, Chin also improved their HR system. In her first 6 months, she focused on hiring her own team. And after that, she standardized the hiring systems, such as like job leveling and the compensation structures. And last, after that, she makes sure to retain the executive top and the top talent also. Furthermore, she focused on how to preserve the company's culture and identity while expanding their services beyond the Grab Taxi.
Question, what's the head of the people?
Head of people is like head of HR.
HR.
Oh.
Yeah,
So
it's
this
more-
is the Gen Z.
No,
It's
It's
people in
head
HR.
of people.
Okay.
Yeah, head of HR.
Yeah, so it's a Gen Z term of HR.
Oh.
In the article, it's referred to head of people, so it's more of.
Yeah, so yeah, Shopee doesn't have HR, they have people. Gojek have one too, Grab have one too. So it's very famous between startups. Yeah, head of people instead of head of human resources because it's too boring.
Next one. After that, the Grab has like a rebranding and also restructuring because they have the strategic transformation of identity, culture, and customer focus. As stated before, they changed their group name from Grab Taxi to just Grab, and their service also grouped into several of business verticals. As for Grab Taxi and Grab Car, it's grouped as the 4-wheel services, Grab Bike as the 2-wheel services, and the Grab Express and Grab Food as the logistics services. And after that, they also make customer focus as their core of identity. Because Anthony, one of the founder, has said that if we do not understand the customers and solve the local problems, anyone will do and take us out. And along with that, internally, all also ensured that culture was built into performance review, onboarding, and recognition systems. So for example, in Grab, they have quarterly awards where the awards is to give an appreciation for the top employees. But for the scoring system, they have two groups. So the first one is what is this person achieved, it's like the KPIs and everything. And the second one is how he did it, and it refers to culture. So this system will prevent like a brilliant jerk who is a high performer but reflects a bad culture. And also they ensure that while they do the interviews for the candidate or onboarding new employees, they always emphasize the importance of the culture fit. And last one is the culture alignment, where 7 Grab principles were introduced and implemented internally. But they also want to ensure that all the partners, whether it's business partners or customers, see that they have a coherent identity. So here is the 7 principles of Grab. So the first one is performance and culture. As explained before, Grab ultimately believes that business performance cannot be separated from the company's culture. So they always count the employee performance and culture fit for their quarterly awards. The second one is outserve our customers. So one of the Grab's philosophy is to go beyond customer expectations. So employees are encouraged to think about how to deliver better, faster, and more personalized service to the customers than the competitors. And the third is disrupt or be disrupted. This value means continuous innovation to stay ahead in the competitive markets. And the principle is reflect the idea that if Grab doesn't innovate, then the competitors will. The fourth is intellectual rigor, where it means that decisions that all the employees has take must be based on data, analysis, and critical thinking, not just intuition. The fifth value or principle is Grab before self. It means that the employees are expected to prioritize the company's vision or missions over their personal benefit. It fosters alignment and collective responsibility. The sixth is Grab Friends Forever. It shows a supportive workplace where colleagues are treated equally. And the last principle is your problem is my problem, where it encourages shared accountability, where if there's like one team that face a challenge, the other team has to step in and help. So it builds more resilient teamwork. Next one. And the last one, we're going to deep dive into the acquisition of Uber as explained before. So in 26th of March 2019, Uber translated its business to Grab after deciding to leave the Southeast Asia market. It's one of the largest deal in this kind of merger in the region of Southeast Asia, because it's consolidating Uber's ride and food delivery to Grab's platform. It also became one of the reasons for the Grab food expansion, as it accelerated Grab's positioning as a leading service in the Southeast Asia. So for the exchange, instead of just like one time payment, Uber received 27.5% equity stake in Grab. In this article, specifically, it's quoted that the market was projected to reach 20 billion in 2025 because of the acquisition. But as we all know, due to the COVID, Grab also experienced heavy losses for a few years. So after I read some articles, it showed that in 2025, Grab has successfully bounced back and has a net revenue of 3.337 billion US dollar. And because of this acquisition also, Grab received a lot of investment from Japan, India, and China investors, and successfully raised 4 billion US dollar in just 2 years. So I think that's it from our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. So can you describe how your experience to use the Grab service within a day?
Okay.
Describe your how do you use the Grab service a day? Like in morning you use Grab
Oh,
because it covers many different
yes.
industries.
Yes. I mean, it depends on the people itself.
So
Yeah.
Maybe?
I think for me, most service that I use from Grab is Grab Food.
Grab.
Yeah, because
True.
in Indonesia, there's a lot of discount that Grab offers for the customers, and it also depends on the, like you can subscribe for Grab Unlimited.
The monthly fee
The
Yes.
monthly fee is like
It's like 60
NT.
NTD.
60.
Yeah, and you will get like a certain,
levels, right?
no, just one.
Only for food or for everything?
Just for food. And no, for
everything. For
yeah,
food,
for food and
bike,
bike.
taxi.
Not that expensive, right?
Yeah,
Yes, so they give like kind of not free but sometimes discount.
bigger
Oh.
discount.
Yeah, and it's really significant for maybe workers.
Yeah, if you use it daily.
Yeah.
If you use it daily.
So you use it Grab food and
Food,
what?
Grab bike.
Grab bike,
Bike.
Grab car.
Grab car. I mean you.
Me,
Yeah.
and then Grab Express to deliver.
Oh yeah, we do Grab Express.
So your homework, do you deliver your homework to your
Yes.
Yeah.
friends?
Yeah, within like half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to send things to your friends home.
Yeah.
Okay.
And from Shopee also they collaborate from Grab with
Oh, yeah.
Grab.
Also collaborate with Shopee.
Yeah.
So the Shopee integrates Grab, Gojek, and whatever ride-hailing tool to the Shopee so that they can send
Send direct.
the product back.
So why not? Well, is there any big competitor in your country?
Actually, there is.
Can compete with Grab. It's so
Actually, there
big.
is.
Gojek.
Gojek, okay,
Yeah.
Gojek from
Indonesia.
Indonesia, Malaysia, Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's still, yeah, it's always.
Always. So Grab expand the market to India, right? Grab
No.
or Gojek?
No.
Do you have Gojek in India?
No.
What about in Vietnam?
Yeah, there's a Grab.
Gojek.
Gojek.
They gone.
They
Used
used
to just Grab.
Oh, used to?
So
Oh,
these two try to explain.
But they gone.
So in your country, both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one is leading?
Leading.
Depends on the discount that they're in.
Actually, I think Gojek
Yeah.
because nationalism.
Yes.
Right, let us see
Yeah.
that.
Gojek, Grab, and you.
A lot.
Yeah.
A lot. So which one is the leading one?
Leading the
To be
Grab, I think, the biggest one. Some SM.
Grab.
San SM.
Sun SM?
Alright,
Yes.
so actually,
Expensive.
Professor, so actually the Indonesian Grab is holding 50% of the share and Gojek is 43 in 2026.
Quite close.
Yeah, and the 7% is
In your country,
San SM.
Grab.
No.
No Grab, no.
No.
What is?
They have
Main
in
drive.
their own brand.
Main drive.
Uber?
Oh yeah, in drive.
In drive.
We have in drive Rapido.
Main drive, Rapido.
Super fast. What's the company? I forget.
Blanket.
Yeah, Blake. Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah, Blake. Okay, so right now Grab is now in Taiwan and maybe try to acquire.
Uber.
No, not try. It has acquired Food
Panda. Oh,
Yes.
Food Panda?
Grab?
Even Uber Eats.
Yes.
No.
The same.
Oh yeah,
thing.
Uber Eats Grab.
So right now in Taiwan, Grab has acquired Foodpanda Taiwan.
Oh, it's,
Yes, has already happened.
but they only serve the Grab food only in Taiwan, or they have
Maybe.
no bike, right? No, I mean.
You mean they acquired Uber?
No. There, I mean,
Taxi.
beside
Beside-
Grab, they also have Uber.
Yeah, we have Uber, right? But I mean the Grab in Taiwan
Yeah,
acquired Foodpanda.
Yeah.
Yeah, they only
So
serve.
acquire Uber in your country, acquire Uber in my country.
No, but the service is only for GrabFood in Taiwan.
He,
For food.
yeah, right now only food part. But I maybe the next year
Yeah.
they expand everything. Yeah, expand everything. So quite very.
Oh yeah.
If you remember
Oh, yeah,
it,
right, yeah.
the company, a Germany company you just mentioned.
Okay.
We have read that.
Actually, it's
so
our
presentation.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Professor, so the Singapore-based Grab has agreed to acquire Foodpanda's Taiwan delivery business for $600 million
Over
in
6
cash.
million.
$600 million in cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not very expensive. Compared with Uber, you just
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they-
Comparing to Uber, because they have a lot more from Uber, right? Whereas
Okay.
Foodpanda only have food
food.
services.
And in your country, it's taxi plus food.
Taxi, food, bike,
Logistics.
Logistics,
So
the
yes.
Grab Express, Grab
Oh.
Food, it's all from, at first it was all from Uber, but now it's all from Grab.
Okay. Okay. Is it, in your country, do you have a food panda?
No.
No.
No? Okay. Yeah, you have Grab.
Yeah, we have